Hello, everyone. This is Tom Fox. I would like to welcome you to the Sunday Book Review. The Sunday Book Review is the series where I discuss books which impact the compliance practitioner, the legal professional, and the business professional. I hope you will enjoy this episode. The Sunday Book Review is a production of the Compliance Podcast Network. First, a quick word from our sponsor. The Sunday Book Review for February 12, 2023, the True Crime Edition. And in this episode, we discuss books that have been nominated for Edgars in the True Crime category. First up, Slenderman, Online Obsession, Mental Illness, and the Violent Crime of Two Midwestern Girls. This is the first full account of the Slenderman Stabbing, a true crime narrative of mental illness, the American justice system, and teenage girls, together with the power of the internet. It is one sordid tale, but it's also about some people who get influenced, unfortunately, way too much by the internet. Next up, Tell Me Everything, the story of a private investigation. Over 5 years, the author, Erika Krouse, learns everything she can about being a PI, techniques, tracking down witnesses, investigating culture of sexual assaults, ingrained in football programs. She uses that investigation to look at a historical case that revolutionizes Title IX, and when she becomes consumed with her investigation, her life and case explode, and she has to figure out how to win the case without losing herself. Next up, Trailed, One Woman's Quest to Solve the Shenandoah Murders by Kathryn Miles. In May of '96, two backcountry leaders entered the Shenandoah National Park for a hiking trip, and they were murdered. When an award-winning journalist and an outdoor expert begins to look in the case, she discovers conflicting evidence, mismatched timelines, and details that just don't add up. With unprecedented access to crime scene forensics and key witnesses, she begins to uncover the truth. An innocent man she believes has been locked up for years. And finally, American Demon, Eliot, Ness, and the Hunt for America's Jack the Ripper. Well, we had our own Jack the Ripper apparently in Cleveland in 1934. Award-winning author Daniel Stashower shines a fresh light on one of the most notorious puzzles in the annals of crime, uncovers a gripping story of Ness's hunt for the sadistic killer. And it's a great read as well. I hope you will enjoy one or more of these fine books on true crime. I'm a huge mystery fan, but true crime is something that I love to get into as well. So thanks so much for listening. I hope you have a great weekend, and we will visit with you next week. Have you ever thought about starting a podcast, but don't know how to, or don't know how to post it, or don't know really what to do to get started? Well, I'd love to help you get started, and I'd love to host your podcast on the Compliance Podcast Network. So if you're interested, you can feel free to give me a shout at tfox@tfoxlaw.com. We're developing several new podcasts for premieres in Q1 of 2023. And if you have one, we'd love for you to join us on the Compliance Podcast Network. The Compliance Podcast Network was recently honored with several Communicator Awards for podcasts I know you'll want to check out. Are you interested in Lyme disease? Well, check out Understanding Lyme Disease. And check out the Hill Country Podcast, where I look at the people, places, and things of the Texas Hill Country. I recently posted a new podcast series, The Big Empty, on 21st century economic issues facing the state of Texas, where together with author Lauren Steffi and using his book, The Big Empty, to introduce 5 key economic topics facing the state of Texas. It's a fusion of fiction and current fact that I know you will enjoy if you're a book reader, if you're an economist, or just a listener. And we actually have one more, which is the board's role in compliance, where I'm joined by my colleague Jonathan Mark, partner at Baker Tilly, where we look at the role of the board of directors in compliance, starting with the Caremark doctrine and carrying that forward, and answer questions on how a board can fulfill its obligations under a best practices compliance program. The Sunday Book Review is a production of the Compliance Podcast Network.